Quens? Today we're doing a story time. We're going to be talking about the fact that my old school is haunted. Yeah, I know, look at this. First of all, before we get into the story, can I just say, look at this. Look at me being consistent, telling stories, doing skits, posting regularly. Who is she? What is she? What is he doing here? What's going on? What did he do with the old Johnny? Who knows? But I'm here now. It's okay. I'm here now. I'm queer now. We're good. Let's do this. By the way, this is a story time, like I said, and this is a story time squishy. He is a good squishy. So, to start off, I should say that I went to a private school for elementary school. And like most private schools, there's a few spooky things that happen. Everyone kind of had a little something going on. So, in the school, there's a little something called aftercare, which is basically like, oh yeah, there's no one to pick this kid up. Let's keep him in school for a bit longer. And your parents will pay for that. So, I mean, thanks. And once you get to 8th grade, you stop being one of the kids that they take care of, and you become one of the people taking care of the kids. Because in 8th grade, they have you sitting by the front door, doing your homework and stuff, and waiting for parents to come in and be like, oh yeah, I'm looking for so-and-so from the 4th grade. To which point you would stop what you're doing, go up to the 4th grade, probably on the 3rd floor, and be like, oh yeah, this person's parents are here to pick them up. You take the kid back down, and you'd have them sign out. Then you'd go back to doing what you were doing. Rinse and repeat until about 6 o'clock. Fun. So this one time while I was doing the aftercare program, I was asked to pick up a pre-K student from the separate building. Basically, our school building was one huge building, and they had this like conjoined building next to it that you can go out of a fire escape and go into a doorway, and that would be how you get into that building. So I would go in there and go up the stairs, and in that building they usually had a little something for like the pre-K and the younger kids, like ballet or something. So I had to pick up a kid from ballet. So I go up, I tell the teacher, oh yeah, I'm looking for so-and-so, their father's here to pick them up. They get ready, they go into another room to change out of their ballet gear, and I'm in the hallway waiting for her and talking with the assistant teacher. And while we're talking, just joking around, and you know, because we're cool, we hear from another room. And I'm like, excuse me? And she's like, oh yeah, no, that happens all the time. I'm like, why don't you guys just take out the batteries? And she's like, oh, we did a long time ago. And I'm like, what do you mean? If no batteries, how make sound? What do? How do? What's happening? And she's like, oh no, it just happens. We're pretty sure it's haunted. And I'm like, no, the building's definitely haunted. We know that. We all know that. But I don't know the ghost to like a Tickle Me Elmo doll. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, let me go into the room. I guess in that sense, I would have been that person in the horror movie that gets killed first. You know, like, oh yeah, let me go into the room with the creepy doll. Not a problem. So I go in, and sure enough, there's no batteries. Heck, there's not even a backing. Like, they removed the backing entirely and put the doll like away from the other toys. So there's nothing like pressing on its button. It's just going off by itself. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's not normal, but I guess that's not the problem. And so the kid comes out and she hears the Tickle Me Elmo doll and she's like, oh yeah, Ruth is here to play. I'm like, who's Ruth? She's like, the one that likes to tickle me Elmo. I'm like, well, tell Ruth it's not time to play. You're going home and I'm going out of this building. And when I said that, tell Ruth it's not time to play. Like, no, that's not okay. The other teacher like, be happy. I gotta stay in here. I'm like, well, I mean, I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? So the kid finishes getting ready, grabs some bags and stuff, and we leave. Another time I get asked to pick up a kid from ballet once again. In that building, basically, once you come out, and once you go through the fire escape, you go into the doorway and you're in a big room. Past that big room, you go into a hallway, which has a stairwell that you go up to the area that has the ballet. So I'm in the hallway and I see something from the corner of my eye. I look down the hallway past the stairs and I see a nun moving towards the center of the room. So I don't really think anything of it until she like gets in front of the window, at which point I see that I still see the window through her. And I'm just there like, oh, like I'm kind of like, obviously I'm not making that sound. I'm just there like kind of shook. I'm just there not making a sound. I'm just like, And so the nun gets to the middle of the room, and I'm just standing there watching the entire time, just there. And slowly, she turns and looks at me. And then disappears. To which point I'm just like, okay. And I go up the stairs quickly. I wouldn't say run. I'd say more like stumble a bit, because you know I'm clumsy. She don't run. She waddles. So we get out, I get the kid, and unfortunately that day, the assistant teacher wasn't there, so I had no one to talk to. So I was just standing in the hallway after seeing that by myself, next to the room with the Tickle Me Elmo doll that's still there. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, this is fine. And so the kid finally comes out, and we just dip real fast. Because the kids in that building don't like being in that building. They get a really creepy vibe too. So I'm like, okay, I don't even have to say anything. This kid wants out as much as I do. Plus, she's going home, okay? Like, who wanted to be in that school more than they had to? The second they're like, your parent is... People run. You don't understand, okay? Catholic school, the best way to describe it is like war. You don't understand it unless you've been there. And a lot of other spooky things happen in that school. I might tell you some other time, but I mean, for now I think two's good enough, right? Short, sweet, to the point. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I enjoyed telling it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and bing bong the ding dong down below to be alerted to whenever I make a new video. Because look at her, being regular, posting regularly, doing things, making videos. People seem to enjoy them. I don't know why, but I'm here. Hi. I didn't mean to rhyme. I'm sorry. But until next time, bye.